What's going on? So I came out, got in my car real quick just to have a conversation real quick, have a smoke with y'all. So hold on. So I want to talk, right? I think I think motherfuckers is overhyping the the whole Nas thing, you know? Don't get me wrong, I like Nas. I grew up listening to him. Um but what he did, I don't think is impossible. I mean, you know what? Just because of it, I'm actually inspired. But it's only to prove that it is nothing. You know, I'm thinking what I'm gonna do, right? Of course, a guy like me with no resources and no producers or no money and shit like that, right? It's the underdog, underground. I'm gonna do it with little resource and basically I'm gonna try to do what I'm gonna do is put out 4 albums in 1 year. So I'm gonna put 12 albums. Wait, I'm doing. Hold on, let me get my math right real quick. Let's see if this shit got a light. Alright, yeah. So what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna come out with an album every 3 months, just to show you how easy this shit is. I'm gonna come out with an album every 3 months for a year, for 3 years. Um, so that's 4 albums a year, right? 4, 8, 12. That's 12 albums. Because I'm inspired and just to show people like it's not really that big of a deal. Of course, I'm gonna do it, you know, with no producers and no shit, just on my own. I'm gonna just be snatching beats from online. Maybe I'm gonna hit my cousin up because he got a lot. One of his sons, you know, one of my cousins, you know, might hit me up with a couple beats and shit. I might feature like 1 or 2 people from local artists and shit. But for the most part, it's just gonna be me, you know, like posting on every 3 months a new album, just to show you that first to beat his record because he did 3 albums a year for 3 years. It's like that 9 or 10 albums. I'm gonna come out with 12, but I'm gonna do 4 albums a year, just to show you, you know, that I'm the best, you know. I went 3 weeks without smoking. It's kind of like a big accomplishment. You know, the dollar joints, no alcohol. So yeah, like nah, he's cool. I like his music and shit. Um, and I know like mine's just not gonna receive reviews like his because I don't got no major publishing or marketing or promoters behind my shit. You know, like I said, I'm an underdog. I'm doing this shit solo with no team, no nothing. So I don't expect nobody to acknowledge it. I'm just doing it to prove a point that it's not that, you know, big of a deal. Anybody with the talent could do it, you know. Um, and I think I have an advantage actually that I don't have no major promoters or publishing or marketers, because I'm gonna be throwing out these albums every 3 months, right? And for the most part, maybe nobody's gonna even know about it, but it's a part of history, because it's gonna be in the on record and shit publicly. So somewhere down the line, it's gonna catch somebody's attention, and I didn't have to like promote it and be famous and none of that shit. And like I said, I'm a guy who spits bars, lyrics. I'm a lyricism, but I also I also tell you life because I lived a lot of life. You know what I mean? Only people who lived life can spit life, and I got a lot of experience. You know, very eloquent and in how I articulate my vision. Um, so, but other than that, um, I'm not gonna be like one of these cats that review his I listen to it, like I still gotta like I don't memorize nobody's music, man. Like I'm busy being my own artist, I got a lot of lyrics in my brain to be keeping up with other people, to memorize other people's rhymes and shit, but I have jingles that are stuck in my head, from the 90s or 80s. Like I still got maybe some Rakim in me, maybe some Biggie in me, Slick Rick. Like if I hear the music, I start, I remember right away the lyrics and shit. But then I'll cut off like maybe half, like 30 minutes to, I don't remember all of it. So I'm not gonna front and act like, oh, I'm the biggest fan and shit. No, I'm a fan, but like more like I respect them. Like yeah, like I like what they've been doing, but I'm not gonna front and be like, yo, I know all your shit. Like I don't know your shit. The ones that I like about Nas, growing up, were the ones that I thought were artistic. Like he came out with one. Like I said, I don't remember the names. I'm just gonna describe them, and you're gonna know. Those who are fans are gonna know the title and exactly know what I'm talking about. But the song where he goes and he compares, he makes a gun and he describes it like a female, and another one where he describes money like that too. There's another one where he spits backwards and rewind. There's another one where he does where he gets loud. Oh, he's one mic where he starts speaking and he's like he starts slow and then he starts getting loud and then he gets back low. Like to me, those are artistics. Those are like real creative because he's doing different things. He's like being different with everything, not only with his sound but with his stories and everything, and like the story backwards. Like at that time we're so used to people spitting forward, he's coming out spitting it in rewind. It was making us think like, oh shit. And then the one with the gun, comparing it, that shit made me think too, like it was creating. But I'm not gonna front and say like, oh, I know the lyrics part bar and shit. Like nah. I just know I know talent, and he was good at those things and shit, and actually inspired me to write a couple of my songs. Well, which one was it? Fuck, man, probably Dreams and man, what album did I fucking did the Capstone. It was the Capstone. I did Dreams, Accounting, and one of them where I was like inspired by Nas, because in one he says I'm not gonna force my brain and shit. I'm high. But like I said, man, I was inspired, man. So I started writing a couple of my things, but before him, it was I had the biggies. Like I said, Rakim was the first one. Growing up, like I'll be in my closet listening to, and at that time we had radio, so we press rewind, to like, what the hell you just said? Now, so the music is just gobbled up because it's like so easy to remember. It's just like a song, and I don't even be trying to remember those. That's how whack them shits be. You know, I like shit that gives me a little challenge. How is it that Tupac said, "I don't want it if it's too easy." You know what I mean? So I feel about that too. Not only with the girls, but with the bitches and shit, but with actual lyrics and talents. I like to be mystified. I'm mystique, like, because my lyrics is supposed to make you think and give you a certain uh, remedy where you're like quizzical, and, and then it leaves you like wondering type of shit. And so a few times he made those classics where he did that. Now, his recent shit, I've listened to it. They're songs I think that'll help him keep relevant, but they're not those that I just mentioned before. I mean, maybe one or two. I don't know. You gotta keep listening to these. It's still fresh. You know what I mean? So, but maybe his latest one. I just heard the last one, Magic 3, earlier. I gotta listen to it again, but there might be one. There might be one of those, and you know what? It's not gonna be as I don't think it's as strong as the ones that I just mentioned because, like I said, I would have got it right away. I think this one I gotta re-listen to it. I don't know. Maybe there's a code I gotta encrypt. But my music, I made sure that. See, this is what I'm saying. They inspire. I stood on the shoulders of giants. So, alright, I'm 10 years younger than them, right? But I'm pushing out a sneaker called, I got a company. I made a company, Lemneskis. These niggas was not thinking about brands till I came in the picture. Now I'm gonna start bragging because I'm spitting real. One that started doing the whole branding thing was me coming out with social media. Then all of a sudden they start coming. I mean, if you're smart, you're smart. You know how to act, put things together. You know how to read. You know what I mean? But I came out with a company, Lemneskis. I started branching off not only music, but another topic. And now it opened up their eyes. Now they're like, oh shit, it's not just about rapping. Now they're thinking about brand and doing other things. They want to diversify, not only like music. They want to do some acting, movies, and shit like that. Where do you think that shit come from? Now I'm younger. I came out with my own brand, my own sneakers, and it's called LZ13, and the company is Lemneskis. I'm the CEO, and I did that. Okay, maybe they at their age, like when they were at my age, right? Yeah, they wasn't thinking like that. Cause now look, I just saw a YouTube video with AZ and how they celebrating his 25th year and shit like that. It's so funny about it, cause I was talking about my sneaker, my branding, right? Coming out with these new ideas and shit, and then in one of them I say like, yo, I don't eat meat, I don't eat fish, I don't drink coffee, I don't drink alcohol. I said all these things, like all these standards that are attached with this brand. And then you see AZ come out like recently, and they talk him. The interview is him eating meat, like he's having a dinner with the interviewer, and you notice he only takes one bite, but he's cutting meat. You know what I mean? So he's thinking, and then he's talking about now he's coming out with a shoe, a sneaker. Come on, man, where you get that from? So. What I'm saying is, and Hold on. Yeah, I'm recording. What's up?
Do you mind if I park behind you?
No,
Your car's not moving, right?
you good. You good.
Okay.
I mean, maybe later. You know, maybe later.
Your car works now?
It's not, we'll talk later. I'm on the phone right now. But yeah, maybe move it later. Trying to get in. They trying to figure out shit, yo. Anyway, nosy people get it too. When you see me spit at you, you know I'm trying to get rid of you. So getting back to my sneakers, right? Quick freestyle for y'all. So getting back to my sneakers, right? I'm the first one that did that. Yeah, me, L, and including that big reflection right there, where you translate to pause, which I came out with first. You know what I mean? I came out in one of my songs where I say pause, and boom, that shit came and got it hit the whole "it is what it is" type of shit. And every second they saying pause. But that shit comes from me, man, and I'm changing it up, and I'm gonna start saying reflect. You know what I mean? Cause y'all burnt it, man. But yeah, so reflect the whole scenery that you just saw the last fucking minute or two. Reflect, you know what I mean? That's not something you supposed to like digest right there at the moment, you know. That's what I'm saying. He came out with these tracks and people still gotta ingest them, you know what I mean? You haven't given him time and shit. So it's gotta be a lot of those, you know, reflects, you know, all over that shit, you know what I mean? But what I'm talking about right now is the sneakers. The sneakers that I did it at my age, beating them, and you know where it all comes from. That's all I wanted to get to. So, I think I'm done explaining that. People try to find out too much, man. I hate that shit when they come with all these 21 questions and shit. Like, why you got? You know what I got the other day? Somebody asked me. He was like, the fuck he said? Like he said something like, why you don't eat I don't know. He said, why don't eat meat or some shit. He asked me that shit, but like I just met the motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, who's you? Like, I don't even know you to be asking me questions like that. You know, like. Why should I, like, what the fuck? Why should I tell you something so personal and shit? That's like me asking you, like, if you have long. I told him, like, if you got long beard, right? One of those long beard people, like, yo, why don't you cut your beard? Like, you know, like, what kind of weird shit is that? So motherfuckers be coming with these questions and expect that I should respond. I'm like, nigga, I don't gotta respond to you, nigga. Like, who is you? Not you again. Go that way. Bars, lyrics, man, all over me, man. I got, it's in the veins, you know what I mean? Like I said, I still got some of the jingles in my head, but you know what talent is at, you know? How long I made this shit? Oh yeah, I'm gonna cut this, yo. So I explained about what I thought about that new shit, right, with Nas and how it all let, and then with the sneakers and then my brand and how it all evolved and shit like that. And there's more to come and what I'm about to do with the whole 12 albums in 3 years, you know. Of course, like I said, with limited resource, but I'm still gonna get it done. And this is to prove a point because you see, talent gets discriminated, especially if you're not like dark enough or something. That's why I understand why this Eminem is like not receiving the respect, the credit he's due, you know, because first of all, my situation is entirely different because I'm independent. I don't got nobody representing me. Like he has Dre and shit, you know what I mean? And Dre's, you know, already from the he's dark, you know what I mean? So it's like he's backing him. They don't see none of that shit behind me. They're gonna be like, you know what I mean? And most of my people that are, you know, are dark and not, you know, they're kind of dark, you know what I mean? So it's politics, you know what I mean? Different cultures involved, you know. So yeah, people don't catch on quick. It's changing though, man. I'm starting a revolution. A revolution of evolution. A revolution of evolution. In my locution. Yeah, I got this new track that I did. It ain't coming out soon. But yeah, so I already told you about what needed to be done. This shit's been long enough, so I'm gonna cut it short. I explained elaborately, so eloquently, and so mellifluously, and in a triade format, 3-part format. So you might want to rewind, take notes, jot it down. That's that with all of that.